Hi all. Just we've just come down, as I say, driving down to Libster. Hopefully I'll pronounce that right. Is that
Libster?
Libster. See, Libster. We've just pulled in before we go to Wick, and this is going to be our first checkpoint for when I run tomorrow. And like I said, for me, this is all about meeting people. That's why I want to do it. Talking about PTSD and how it affects people. And even before I started, we've just come down here to just ask at the little coffee shop and met lovely people already. So just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Evelyn. I'm a staff member at Waterlines.
Yeah, and Evelyn, not only as we've just gone in to order a drink and ask a question, but straight off the bat, Evelyn's then come out and just bought out of her own money some cakes for us, which is such a thoughtful thing to do. And then I've come out and met Evelyn's dad. So it's just here, we've got and they've got, what's the dog's name?
Jasper.
Jasper. Hello, Jasper. You all right? So, yeah. And not only that, Evelyn was just saying about PTSD and your, so you've got experience with PTSD?
Yeah, my father has PTSD.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's such an important thing to put out there because it's not really talked about.
Right, okay, yeah. And I suppose I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but your PTSD, how long have you had that for?
Well, I've been off a year. I was diagnosed recently within the past 6 months.
Yeah.
But it's been ongoing for about probably the past 20 years.
Yeah, it's such... And I suppose, I mean, I know the thing with PTSD is it's unique for everyone. And especially, you're saying with your dad, it's hard for other people to understand, and especially when it's family members and stuff.
Definitely.
But how do you cope with it? How do you...
I've got a very understanding wife and a very understanding two girls, Evelyn being the oldest. And obviously this dog here, Jasper, he's been my rock. He's my shadow.
I've got a dog, I've got a Loki, he's a black lab. And for me, especially when I'm on my own, they know, they pick up on stuff they listen to stuff and they can hear stuff. But
absolutely,
it's
not an easy thing. It's been difficult. It was even I would probably say the hardest part was asking for help.
Yep, massively, yeah.
But since then, I've been fortunate being up here because the doctors up here have been phenomenal.
And I think the asking for help, people think once you've asked for help, that's it. You're on a. But actually, help looks different every single day. And what I found with people when I've tried to deal with my own PTSD, I done a video yesterday, and it's actually I had this really nice conversation with a couple, and it's about not only us with PTSD, but how it affects family members, friends, because we're all human and you probably want to fix and help your dad and support your dad, but then it's hard for you because you probably don't know how to, and that's okay as well. So how do you, what your understanding with PTSD, is it by your dad having PTSD, is it give you more of an insight, or is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, is it? And for your age group as well, there's so many younger generation that suffer with PTSD, and should we stand up and not hurt your knee? Suffer with PTSD and don't even speak out. It's hard.
We're so fortunate up here. There's groups up here that help support that for people as well.
So when you say group, what in like schools and?
Yeah, there's a couple groups within Caithness. There's a group called Clicks, and they help. They help kids living under different situations, and they help those with PTSD as well.
Oh right, brilliant. So, well, that's really. I mean, that's more and more we need stuff like that, and just to get people to speak out and feel comfortable to speak out. And it's taken me. I mean, I've had my PTSD for 30 plus years, and actually it's only in the last 18 months, hence why I'm doing this, that I've done so many different therapies. I've, you know, done that dark places where I tried to take my own life and all that stuff. But all of the help that was offered to me, it wasn't the right time and I was pushing back on it. Whereas now I've found the right person that was, you know, 5 years ago might have been the wrong person, but it's exactly that. So do you, and obviously you don't have to tell, but have you got any support network outside your family? Have you done any sort of therapy or any sort of support like that?
I literally just started with occupational therapy.
Okay.
To help me get out and about. And, you know, the only times I go out of my house is to either bring Evelyn to work, which is kind of forcing me out, or it's with the therapists at the moment to try and get things done. But it's just the beginning. I mean, literally, I've only been doing that now for 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm at the start of my journey.
But the 2 months, you're 2 months ahead of where you've been before. And, you know, the start of the journey, even if it means that in 2 months' time or 2 years' time, you're going to be a stronger version of yourself now.
I think that's an important thing to say, though, because it's, as a guy, we're taught we've to hide our emotions and we're not allowed to talk about things. And that's what made it, going to the doctors and asking for help, the hardest thing. It made me feel weak.
Yeah.
But the strength that came from it afterwards was, you know, it's okay not to be okay.
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that, because that's one of my strap lines is, it's okay, exactly that. It's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to not only ask for help, but also sometimes we're not strong enough to ask for help. So it's just having that, you know, review of just knowing that maybe that if your dad's having a bit of a bad day, you don't have to fix it. You just have to let him know that you're there, and
and that's it. It's, I mean, I tried to mask it with alcohol and things like that as well.
It seems like a fix at a time, doesn't it?
It seemed right at the time, and it actually just made things a lot darker, a lot worse.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sober. You know, I don't touch anything now, so I'm on the right track.
But it's such a, I can totally relate to it. It's such an easy fix, because at that time, whether you're drunk, whether you use drugs or whatever, for that second it clears and it buries everything. But then when you come back round, it hits you like a steamroller, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So,
I was using it to switch my brain off.
Yeah.
That was it. And like yourself, I've had the dark times. I've came very close. You know, so it's, like I said, it's just one day at a time.
But you know what? You're here now, and you're a strong person, and even like chatting to me, I'm a stranger. We've never met before.
No.
And the fact that I'm probably like me, if it was times where I wasn't ready, this would petrify me, you know. And even doing this, and you know, you talking to a stranger,
exactly.
So it shows a lot of the journey that you're going on in the right direction.
No, I appreciate
but
that.
Just if nothing else, all I could say to you is, being as someone that's also been in them dark places of not seeing a way of coming back to it, I'm here now, and it's 30 odd years later, and the honest conversations that I have with people that's listening is, even now I have days where I don't want to be here, but that's okay to feel, because I don't think that'll ever go away. The difference being is I know that I'm not going to do anything, and that's just my PTSD talking to me and the negativity and eating away. But just attach onto your family, the ones that love you, and the people that are here, and the dog. You know, focus on everything. Remind in them dark times, just no matter how dark it gets, and no matter how much you think that none of that matters, just latch on to one thing. I've got with my bag, I've got this little tortoise. He's named Steady Eddie. He's a little knitted tortoise, and my wife got him for me. And it was all because when I was going out running and doing like marathons and stuff, because I thought other people would judge me, I always had to be the fastest and always had to be the best. And if I struggled, then my brain would go, people think I'm rubbish. Or so Steady Eddie is like my thing of just reminding me to do my own pace, do my own time. And so he's going to be travelling all the way through the country.
Oh, nice.
But the message here is find something that just grounds you. You know, my therapist said to me that in those dark times, in them places, it's just having something that brings you out of that, whether it's your daughter, you know, family, dog, whatever, and just now you can do it. But no, I really appreciate you opening up and taking this time, and for you as well. You know, it's people like you that help people like me and your dad, just for that probably didn't even cross your mind, but a gesture of not only talking to us, and you could have just shut us down and gone, no, don't know, but then to have a gesture of bringing stuff out, that is people like you that's going to make the world a better place. So yeah, brilliant. And yeah, but we've got a camp spot that's what was his name? Sorry,
Craig.
Is he the owner? Is he or the?
No, he's a member of staff as well.
Okay, so yeah, Craig, when we asked him there and we just said, like, where can we pitch up a tent? He could have just said to us anywhere, but he's come out and he showed us a couple of locations. So we're all set, and it's just a shame that when we're here tomorrow, unless I'm going to break some sort of record, but I doubt it, when we're here tomorrow, I think you close at 3, didn't you? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm aiming to get here about 4, but you never know if you're about. Do you live low?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you'll see me, flag. Dylan will probably come a bit before, but hopefully it'd be really nice to meet you both tomorrow when I've got all my stuff and we can have a proper chat and catch up.
No,
yeah, you're more than welcome. You know, I have a little cook stove going tonight, so you're more than welcome to come and chill out with us.
Yeah.
All right. Brilliant.